Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in today's video I want to talk about retinol or retinoids, vitamin C, and this whole idea of anti-aging skincare. Now this video was inspired by a comment from Cynthia under my latest video. She asked, do you still think that retinol is beneficial for skin as we age? And do you still recommend vitamin C or other antioxidants under sunscreen? And I really like this question because it highlights something that almost nobody talks about, which is that when it comes to aging, you can't actually really prove what these ingredients are doing to your face over the long term. Now with acne breakouts or irritation or similar conditions, you can at least stop a product or change something and see a result quickly. And you can repeat that process in similar ways to spot patterns, which is difficult, but it is possible, and I've been able to do this very effectively for myself. But I mean, aging happens so slowly, and so many things affect it that it becomes literally impossible to isolate one product and say, this made a difference. So today I want to walk you through what I think are the three biggest illusions we have around retinol, or let's say retinoids, vitamin C, or anti-aging skincare in general, and what I recommend doing instead. Okay, so let's start with number one, which is the proof illusion. Now when it comes to anti-aging, the biggest issue I came across after using these products almost daily for several years was that you can't actually see what these products are doing long term. I mean, even though I have so many videos of myself because of all the tutorials I was recording, I still couldn't make a conclusion out of that. And the reason is simple. Aging happens slowly and it's influenced by every single thing you do in your daily life. And the truth is, you will never get to see the version of yourself who lived the exact same life without all these anti-aging products. So even if you've been using them for years, there's no way to know whether your skin looks better or if it simply looks exactly the way as it would have looked anyway without all these products. I mean, yes, you could make similar arguments for other things, but when you go back to something like breakouts, it is different. You get a pimple, you treat it, and then you can watch what happens next. If the pimple goes away or gets worse, you can repeat that process and start to see a pattern. It's not always easy, but with acne or irritation or dark spots, it is possible for one person to figure out what makes a difference that you can actually see or that others will notice over time. But with anti-aging, you can't run those kinds of tests. You can't repeat the exact same or even a very similar situation. You can't compare two versions of your face. You can't isolate one product from everything else happening in your life. So even if you're extremely consistent, there's simply no way for one person to prove what a specific anti-aging ingredient is doing long term. And I think that a lot of brands rely exactly on that uncertainty because the less measurable something is, the easier it becomes to market it as essential. I mean, the argument here is that it's something that can be scaled in a huge manner because everyone ages, so it becomes exploitable in every way. And that's where the illusion really becomes powerful because it creates a space where anything can be claimed and nothing can truly be checked. So in the end, the only thing we actually know is how our skin looks today. And we cannot really prove how much of that comes from an anti-aging product. Which brings me right into number two, the ingredient illusion. Now the way I see that a lot of the results people attribute to retinol or vitamin C often come from the formulas themselves, not the active ingredient. These products aren't just retinol or vitamin C. They're usually formulated with hydrating and barrier supporting ingredients like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, oils, silicones, and other emollients. Basically, they have built-in moisturizers. So when your skin looks smoother or plumper after using one of these products for some time, that effect can easily come from hydration alone. Hydration softens lines, improves texture, and gives you that healthy look right away. And then you're also told to add a moisturizer afterwards, which is understandable with stronger retinoids to ease the irritation. But that step adds even more hydration, and that alone can make the skin appear softer and more refined. So yes, your skin looks nice, but that doesn't automatically mean the active ingredient is responsible. A lot of what we think is anti-aging is simply good formulation doing what good formulation does. adding moisture, softening lines, smoothing texture, and calming the skin. And this brings us to what I think is the biggest illusion here, something I call the lifestyle shift illusion. When you start using products like retinol or vitamin C, you don't just add a serum, you change your behavior. You start using sunscreen more consistently or avoid the sun more. You pay closer attention to irritation, you spend more time taking care of your skin. You may even change how you live overall, sleeping earlier, exercising more, or adjusting your diet, because you feel more motivated to take care of yourself. And as you feel better in your skin, the people around you respond to that, which can make you even feel more confident. So your body and your mind move into a better balance, and that alone makes your skin function more effectively. And all of those changes have a far bigger impact on your skin than the product itself. But the credit often goes to the skincare product you used, because that's the visible part of the routine, even though most of the improvement came from the lifestyle around it. And this is where retinol, vitamin C, and other anti-aging products become tricky. I think that it's not that they don't do anything, but in real life, it's almost impossible to know how much of the effect comes from the ingredient and how much comes from the lifestyle changes that happened around it. And another big factor is that we can't prove which results are truly long-lasting and which are simply the effects of hydration and healthier habits, because we only see one version of our face, so there's no way to make a clear comparison. So with all that in mind, based on my experience changing countries and diets multiple times over the last years, I can tell you that your overall lifestyle has a far bigger impact than any anti-aging product you will ever use. So my advice would be to adjust things there first. Use your sunscreen when you're outside for long periods. Avoid unnecessary sun exposure, eat more real food that you prepare yourself, and pay attention to the quality of what you buy. For example, by looking at the Dirty Dozen list when it comes to fruits and vegetables, so you know what's actually going into your body. And then rest when your body needs it, sleeping well, eating well, and giving your system time to recover are the things that truly shape long-term skin health and slow aging. And there's nothing wrong with your routine if you're not using these products. Your skin isn't behind and you're not doing anything incorrect. But I recommend focusing on what truly supports your skin and your life and letting the rest go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy skin caring.